Italian goon in Bermuda. I can sue her, live in the moon, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise, make graveyards feel alive, break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Even on the days when I'm late as ever, my timing is right. Even in the darkest moments, stay close, I'm that shining the light. I can make an earthquake nervous, I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night, and still my breath is a storm. I bet I can make the thunder clap when I perform. It's just that in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. Hey, I can make time traveling a surprise, make graveyards feel alive, break the immortal down to his demise. I make the moon blue, I'm making pigs fly, and I move mountains. I would have beaten the heart of a crash test dummy. I'm more swords down.
Today, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On third down, Lawrence, and he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Here's Jones on the return. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And bringing them out is a Pro Bowler back in the 2015 campaign. He's now approaching a decade in the league. Is Teddy Bridgewater. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. They go play action. Bridgewater. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Working his way in there that time, Melvin Ingram to make the stop.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Bridgewater's throw there complete to Myers. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Throwing is Bridgewater. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock. Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and, yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's Bridgewater. And that's complete to Adams. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Bridgewater. To to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now a give to Jacobs running right. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy by the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. And that is caught. It's Ridley. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, 46 yards. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. Second down, Jacobs once more. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Bridgewater to throw it. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, 61 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
From the 29, Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Here's Lawrence. A very quick pass to Ridley. On the move past the 40. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram from 6 yards away. And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Bridgewater now. Back to Renfrow again, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. From the 35 on 2nd down. Bridgewater. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Jacobs. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Taking it about the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. At their own 17-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. His throw incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence over the middle. He's got his tight end Ingram. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now Lawrence. And Ingram holds it in. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. Hunt. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from moving out in front. McManus's point after is good, and that will put them on top here in the third. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Elliott running right. And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have retaken a third-quarter lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. Nothing fancy there on that 2-point try. Give it to the big boy, let him go to work.
That almost felt like sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team who can carry the ball, hand it to him and let him rumble.
Nobody picked me on the sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know better.
I was the water boy. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
though,
who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Etienne up the middle. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Etienne once more. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Gets around him. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, it's Lawrence. His pass caught at the 4. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Etienne. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now Lawrence. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
On 2nd and goal, Lawrence. And Jones has it over the middle. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. 47 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Bridgewater. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. They go with Jacobs. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Jacobs going to try the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Off the option, here's Jacobs. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Bridgewater. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
Running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars down by 11, 47 seconds remaining. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level for both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. So for Las Vegas, they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of the 17-game schedule. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shut out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a Renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I'm aiming them. Enemies, I'm the enema. I'ma on them, just like my keys, drop my on a dinner work, my